On a speeding truck, a man was about to be escorted to the execution ground. He casually touched a raised part of the vehicle and instantly came up with a way to gain his freedom. He immediately took out a coin and started turning the screw slot repeatedly. Seeing this, his companion quickly observed the guard driving in front. With quick reflexes, the two of them swiftly lay down on the truck, pretending to be asleep the moment the guard turned his head. Once the danger had passed, Jack sat up again and resumed his unfinished task. With their perfect cooperation, a screw was quickly removed. Jack then handed the coin to his companion, who used the same method to remove the screw on the other side before unlocking the chain securing the barrier. Next, they exerted force together, successfully opening the rear panel, and saw that the guard in front hadn't noticed anything unusual. Jack and Tom then aimed their feet at the driver's seat and kicked hard. In an instant, the loosened truck compartment began to slide backward. However, when Tom turned his head and looked at the ground rushing past at high speed, he showed a terrified expression. Yet, with no better option for survival, Jack had no choice but to act. The next moment, they pushed hard, and the truck compartment fell heavily to the ground, sliding for a long distance, while the guard continued to speed away. Unaware of what had happened, the two successfully escaped from the prison guard's control, but now the handcuffs on their hands became a new obstacle. They had to leave as soon as possible because if the prison guards noticed and reacted, death would be inevitable. Desperately brainstorming, they finally came up with a plan, carrying the heavy truck compartment and walking step by step through the desert. However, the cumbersome compartment quickly drained their already limited strength. To make matters worse, in the vast, uninhabited desert, the lack of water soon caused them to collapse, rolling down from a high place. As they rolled faster and faster, the entire truck compartment spun 360 degrees in the air due to the slope. Fortunately, it landed steadily on the sand. After walking for a while, they unexpectedly stumbled upon a World War II era plane in the desert. Seeing the scattered tools on the ground, Jack immediately had a bold idea. Using the leftover machinery and taking advantage of the strong desert winds, he successfully modified the abandoned aircraft into a land sailing boat. As long as they controlled the direction properly, they could soon escape the barren desert. But their luck seemed to have run out. The guards had discovered their escape and were now chasing them in an armed helicopter. At this critical moment, the two had no choice but to quickly dive into a hole in the ground. However, the sight that greeted them upon landing left Jack utterly stunned. It turned out to be an old wartime ammunition depot from World War II. Now armed with these weapons, they were no longer afraid of their pursuers in the helicopter. Without hesitation, they immediately pushed an old cannon to the entrance of the cave. Jack pulled the rope tight, and just as the enemy was about to approach, he decisively fired.